Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody. This is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tanqueray Hayward.
Hey, everybody. This is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody. This is Russell Taylor.
Hey, this is Shireen Crutchfield.
And this is Ricky Jones.
And we are Crutchfield Jones.
Hey, this is Corey J.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody. This is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone. This is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Eves the Fourth.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's shaking? This is Noel Gordian, and you're listening to my man, Troy Saunders, on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, baby.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, where we give you listening experiences for the indie artist aficionado. I'm messing up my old tagline. We give you listening experiences for the indie artist aficionado. Yes, this is your host, Troy Saunders. You know, maybe I should just change it to check us out. That's easier to say, right? Anyway, I just want to say thank you for coming on and checking out another episode. Yay, we give you the best in indie soul, jazz, R&B, house, inspirational music. You know, we just try to keep you happy up in here, keep you in a good mood. And that's what we're here to do in this podcast. And also maybe educate you on some new artists that you might not never heard of. And you might become a fan of. If you're not already a fan of, maybe if you are a fan of them, you'll learn something new that you didn't know about them. Today, we have the incredible, the multi-talented Thumper Samuels with us today. Yes. Now, before we start this down with this gentleman, let's play a little something from 2008. Yeah, 2008. You know what I'm saying? He's been around for a minute now, so he's not new to the program here. So check this out. This is called Action and No Talk. Yeah, that's funky. Hey, I'm not going to play the whole thing for you all because I want y'all to go on and support a brother. Yeah. I want y'all to go and support a brother. So I want you to go to, Spotify and iTunes and every place that he is available. And I want you to download it. I want you to share it. I want you to, I can't even think of the word. Anyway, we'll come back to it. I want you to just check it out, y'all. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to Mr. Thumper Samuels.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Thank you for having me. It's a total honor to be here.
Hey, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Why I can't think of the word right now? It's stream. That's the word. Stream. That's the word I'm thinking of. Lord. Anyway, how you been, man?
I am fantabulous, man. I cannot complain. Somebody else has always got it worse, so I don't bother complaining. But things are going great. Things are going great out here.
Good.
How you doing? Like I said, it's a total honor to be here, man. How you doing? Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm doing well. You know, like up here in the Northeast is a little chillier than I want it to be. Right. But hey, that's what goes on in the month of November. You never know what you're going to get. So today's a chilly day.
Exactly.
So let's go back a little bit. You know, in case y'all didn't know, Mr. Thumper Samuels has been doing this for years, let me tell you. And he started his solo career around 2005. So we're going to go back to before that time, and let's talk about coming up in Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska, yes. That's one spot that you never hear too many people coming from that's musicians. So tell us, how was it coming up and how did you get into music in Omaha, Nebraska?
Well, I've been in music pretty much all my life. As you know, the name Thumper came from my mom. She gave it to me, you know, before I was born. She knew I was going to be a musician because whenever she was around music, you know, while she was pregnant with me, I would kick and jump around in the stomach and whatnot and just go crazy. So she knew I was going to be a musician. And she gave me that name. I didn't like it for a long time. I hated it for a long time. And then it just finally grew on me as I, you know, began playing, you know, with the pots and pans first and foremost, like everybody else. Omaha is a great place. It's small, and it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't get a lot of attention, and there's not a lot of music, you know, music people that come out of there. Although back in the early days, Omaha was it's in the center of the country, so there were a lot of musicians that passed through there from east to west, from north to south. And Omaha was a hot spot for, you know, a lot of musicians and a lot of bands. But to my knowledge, there weren't a lot of them that actually came out of there that went on to, you know, do really great things. I'm sure there were a few, but like I said, to my knowledge, there weren't many that I know of. But yeah, back in the day, Omaha was a hot spot because, like I said, it was right in the middle of the country, and everybody passed through there from one side to the other, from top to bottom. Growing up for me, it was really a small circle. There wasn't a lot to do. I played in some bands before I started my music career, which is actually, I started my music career in 1991, actually opposed to 2000, when one of the guys in my last band got killed, and then the band never was able to recover from that. So we all kind of went our separate ways, and I started, playing my own solo stuff, you know, back then. And I mean, it was a great place to get started. I was well received, but I just got to the point where I was doing the same things over and over and over again, and nobody on the east and west coast, or the northern and southern coasts, would come to Omaha to, you know, really pay attention to the music that was going on there. And I had to get out of there in order to get some traction going, to kind of elevate myself to the point where I am now.
I hear you. A lot of people do that. You know, they move to either New York or Atlanta or LA or DC. They move to a bigger metropolis just so they can, you know, get their sound out and get their music out. Because it seems
right.
like, you know,
I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm. So how are you enjoying? How long have you been in LA now?
Almost 3 years.
Okay, so you moved from Omaha recently.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Omaha, and I stayed there until my parents passed, because I wanted to be close to them, and I didn't want to, be somewhere far away and then me not be able to get to them in the event that something did happen. So yeah, I stayed in Omaha until they passed away, and then I began my journey out here.
All right. So are you loving it?
I am. Loving it too much. Yeah. A lot of things since I've been out here. A lot of things have come out of the woodwork as far as projects, both on my music and my acting. I played the Long Beach Jazz Festival twice now. I'm working on a residency in Las Vegas, and I'm working on some new music. I've won 6 music awards since I've been out here. I've submitted a couple pieces of work for Grammy consideration already for this year's or next 2024 upcoming Grammy Awards. So yeah, once I got out here, the opportunities just started coming out of the woodwork. And I knew at that point that it was a sign that I needed to be out here.
Now, I know you play the bass. Now, the funny thing about it, when I was reading I don't know if I was reading or listening to an interview with you, I heard that you said that Kiss was one of your earlier inspirations. And the funny thing about it, the person that I had on last week said Kiss was also, and they also are a bass player. And they said Kiss also was their first inspiration also into music. You know?
Yeah. Christian de Massones?
Yes, Christian, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I want to give a shout out to him really quick, too, because he has plays a big part in some of the things that have come out of the woodwork for me. I haven't met him personally, but we talk on the phone quite a bit. He's a real good friend, he and his wife. And he's actually partially responsible for me getting into the Recording Academy this year. And, for me to be able to submit the documentary, the award-winning documentary, Share the Influence, that's on the internet, on YouTube now. He saw that, and that's how he found out I was a big Kiss fan. And back in the early days when we was running around in Kiss costumes and we made guitars out of crutches, the wooden crutches, and we used to, me and some friends of mine used to run around and emulate Kiss in the basement, playing the Kiss records and strumming the guitar, the rubber bands we had for guitar strings. So it was crazy. Yeah, but he's a big influence of mine, and like I said, he's majorly responsible for a lot of my music career and some of the things that have happened out here. And we're working on planning on a track together, working on a track together called Detroit Funk City.
All right.
And so we're in the beginning stages of that. And, but he's real busy on the East Coast and I'm real busy on the West Coast. So we chat every now and then and try, at least once a month, we try to touch base just to, say, hey brother, how you doing? Is there anything I can help you with? And vice versa. And, so yeah, I just want to give him a big shout out. He's a very influential. I call him a music legend, but he'll shoot me down and say I ain't no music legend, whatnot. So, yeah, he's a great spirit, man. I really love the brother. He's good people.
Yes, he is. I mean, we had such a great time when he came onto the podcast about a month ago now. But I mean, we still hit each other up and talk, and he's just a cool guy,
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And he's so talented,
Yeah.
So let's give a shout out to.
Like I said, I look forward to working with him, man. Like I said, he's just great people.
Well, I can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Right.
Shoot.
Yeah, me too. Right. Yeah.
But I was going to ask you because I know that you do a lot of your music yourself.
Yeah, I do all of it myself. Right
exactly.
Now.
So I was going to ask you if you was going to. If you're looking to collaborate with some people,
I will collaborate with anybody that wants to collaborate. I love working with other artists. I love working with other people, just to see what their visions and what their inspirations and aspirations are. Anything I can do to help somebody else, or anything that anybody is willing to do to help me, is a tremendous opportunity. So yeah, I'll work with anybody and anybody and everybody. I don't care if we play a rock tune, we play a blues tune, we play gospel, we play R&B. I don't care. I just love to play, and anything I can do to help somebody else, or anything anybody else can do that wants to do to help me. I definitely give it back, tenfold as far as the appreciation and the admiration for, like I said, other artists, because we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to get to the same plateau. but we just have different routes to get there, and as many paths as I can cross along that journey is a true godsend for me.
Okay. Well, how many different instruments do you play?
I stopped counting at 12.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Anything I can get my hands on. I don't mess with brass a lot. The trumpets and the trombones and the tubas and all that, but pretty much anything else I can dabble on or play.
All right. So did you get formally trained? Can you read music, or you do everything by ear?
I do read music. I taught myself. I did some musical in my music classes in high school and junior high. I had all music classes pretty much for those years of my education. But for the most part, I've been playing on my own, learning on my own, and I actually taught music at a local college. A local community college in Omaha, Nebraska for about 10 years, where I taught beginner's guitar, intermediate guitar, and beginner's piano. And I taught music theory at the same time. So, it's pretty much been all me. I've like I said, other than the high school, high school and junior high, I learned everything else on my own.
All right. So when you go out and do these shows, when you do your live shows, you have a band that you put together to play everything that you have written and have played yourself.
Most of the time I do. When I do my bigger shows, when I played the Long Beach Jazz Festival these past couple years, I had a band. I still have a band. It's a 9-piece band, including me. There's 9 pieces. And, but when I do my smaller shows or my smaller venues, more often than not, I'll either take a few of the band members, or what I'll do is I'll play my pre-recorded tracks of my own original material, put them on a CD, and I'll play, saxophone or guitar or piano or lead bass or something like that. Do some vocal work, do some singing too, in front of the CD. Mm-hmm. So I have a wide variety of different ways I can actually perform, depending on the size of the venue and whatnot.
Okay. Now, if you are looking for, Thumper on, your streaming platforms, then you're going to have to look up, Thumper Samuels and Generation 1.
Yeah, it's Thumper and Generation 1
right,
is the official title. But I mean, if you put in Thumper Samuels, if you put in Craig Thumper Samuels, or Thumper and Generation 1, it'll all pop up.
And how did you come up with Generation 1? Why did you
Generation 1 is the ONE in 1 stands for Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh.
And I just I couldn't use Thumper by itself, because that's the copyrighted name from the rabbit in the movie Bambi. Mm-hmm. So I added Generation 1 because it was kind of to my knowledge, it was kind of my generation that started the multi-instrumental. I know there's a lot of others that have done it, but it really became to the limelight during my generation with Stevie Wonder, Prince, and a lot of other artists that started playing all of the instruments themselves. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of took a piece of this and a piece of that and a piece of this and came up with Thumper and Generation 1 because, to my knowledge, again, I was the only one out of Omaha, Nebraska that had done it.
Right. So, I'm glad I asked that because that explains it now. Because I was like, well, why did he come up with that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, the 1 was Omaha, Nebraska, which I tried to, like I said, I was born and raised there. I try to represent, I try to, acknowledge that every chance I get, because some artists and actors and other people that come from a small place don't like to acknowledge where they came from. They'll come out of someplace small, and then move to someplace big, get famous, but then, you know, whenever they talk doing interviews, it's like, well, where did they come from? Well, I came from LA or whatever. Lo and behold, that they came from other places, you know, other, you know, smaller towns. I don't know how many, there's a lot of things that some people don't know. Gabrielle Union's from Omaha, Nebraska.
See?
Nick Nolte. You remember Nick Nolte from Eddie Murphy's 48 Hours or whatever it was? He came from Omaha, Nebraska. And then there's a lot of other people that come from Omaha, Nebraska. But like I said, I don't know if, you know, I don't want to put anything on anybody, but some people, and not just Omaha, but there's other artists and people that, famous people that come from smaller towns, but they don't like to admit it. They might, but I don't know if I've never heard of it. So,
which I want to make sure I
cover all my bases. And
yeah, if you from wherever you from, that's where you from. I mean, I'm not looking down on anybody that comes from someplace. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen, and you listen to Troy Saunders on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
I try to represent the big O. I call it the ozone. I created what I call the ozone sound, and it's a mixture of different genres I put together and created it as kind of my own signature sound. Again, Prince had the Minneapolis sound. Barry Gordy had the Motown sound, and I'm sure there's others, but I have the ozone sound.
That's a little funk. That's a little rock.
Yeah, exactly.
A little jazz.
And, well, I mix rock with gospel. I try to mix country and blues. You know, and add horn section to a blues track, or just kind of throw ingredients in a pot and see what I come up with, so to speak. But I call that the ozone sound. The pound of the ozone sound is what is my signature catchphrase, so to speak.
Right? I couldn't get mine together when we first came on, right?
Right?
You know what? I was going to let me play another song for the peoples for you.
Okay.
I'm going to play Riding with the Top Down.
Okay. All right.
Let's check this out. This is from 2016. So at that time, you were still in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, I was still there.
Okay.
I moved out here in 2020.
All right.
In May of 2020.
All right. So check this out. This is from 2016. It's called Riding with the Top Down. Like I said, y'all, I'm not giving you the whole thing, y'all. Yeah, go on and support it. If you're loving what you're hearing, go on over there and support it, brother. Go on and stream it. It's not really paying. Matter of fact, can anybody buy your CDs or anything where you can? Yep. You got hard copies?
I don't have hard copies of that particular one. That one's sold out, and I'm in the process of trying to decide if I want to press hard copies, which I may do because I'm starting to do a lot of more live performance, and I can sell the CDs at a lot of my performances. But places like Best Buy and Amazon and CD Baby and which are my distribution platforms, they don't carry physical CDs anymore. Everything has gone to digital downloads, which are available. But yeah, they're not carrying physical CDs anymore. I guess they're phasing out, but there is a place called Disc Makers that I use to do my CD manufacturing, and I'm planning on pressing up a small amount. So when I do my next tour, I'll be able to sell some of the CDs at the tour, and be able to autograph them and things of that nature. So that's kind of the game plan right now.
All right. So if people go to CD Baby and Amazon, they can download. Yes, Amazon.
iTunes, Spotify. They can actually go to my website, which is thumpinhard.com, thumpinhard.com. You can purchase, audio tracks, downloads, and streams there. Just about everywhere right now, because like I said, ever since they quit selling the CDs, there's a lot of other digital platforms that have popped up and come to the light, so to speak, to be able to download digital copies there.
Well, that's what I want you to go on and download the digital copy, y'all. Go on in and support it, brother, because the streams aren't really paying anybody.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You got to do some downloading, a few dollars. Sometimes we got streaming things that we are assigned to, and we spend $10.99 a month, and half the time we don't use it. So we can download, these things and have it in our repertoire. Hey, so I got to go through. I got to go through all the things, all the little apps on my phone every so often to make sure I'm still using stuff, because you be paying for stuff and you're not even using it.
Oh yeah, and you get so many that you forget you have them, and you look at your bank statements and it's like, well, what is that charge, or where did this come from, whatnot? So
exactly,
and you have to realize, 5 years ago I subscribed to this and used it twice, and then forgot about it, and you still get charged for it after all these, all this time. So,
So let me ask you a question: is the bass still your favorite instrument, or do you?
Honestly, my favorite instrument are the pots and pans that I started on when I was 4 years old, because that's where it all started for me. But since then, I really don't have a favorite. I like combining them to witness the outcome of the combination of all the different instruments that that I put together to create the piece of work that was created by an inspiration of some sort from somebody. So yeah, in answer to your question, I don't have a favorite other than the pots and pans that I started on when I was 4 years old.
Whenever you say, when you say that, it just takes me back to when I was a little kid, and my aunt would play Buddy Miles' "We Gotta Live Together." She would play that. And we all would grab the pots, grab a broom, and at the breakdown, there's a part where everybody gets a little solo in there.
Right.
And we would step to the front and do our little solo.
I know it.
And marching around.
Too well.
That's still one of my favorite songs to this day, because it takes me right back to a little kid and stomping around and marching around my aunt's house.
Oh yeah, back when life was simple and responsibility was very limited as far as us growing up goes, and we grew up and got older, and then real life kicked in, and it's like, oh no, where did this come from?
Mm-hmm.
So the music always takes me back. And Christian will tell you this too. And when the Kiss era came to light, everybody was elated, and it was like something new, and it was catchy, and with the makeup and the sound and everything, it was it was definitely a relief. It kind of took you away from, even then for me, it took me away from everyday life and the struggles of, going to school and struggling into some subjects in school and things like that. We could always turn to Kiss and, and escape, so to speak, because we could become, that Kiss member and take ourselves away from, everyday stress.
And Kiss was huge. I mean, they had Kiss dolls, Kiss everything back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I still got some of that stuff, believe it or not. I had a Kiss lunch pail. Remember the little metal lunch pail with the buckle strap? Like I said, we used to take, the wooden crutches and turn them upside down, and we put cardboard cutouts of the Kiss instruments and staple them to the crutches, and then use the rubber bands for strings.
Right.
And then we made the Kiss masks and everything, man. It was fun. That was a fun time.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, back in the day, we used to use our own creativity to make stuff. You didn't have to go out and buy stuff. I mean, I remember taking a stick and some rubber bands and tying it from one end to the other, and then taking a straw and taking the thorns out of a bush, putting it into the end of the straw, and making bow and arrows.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was our escape. Whenever we, got in trouble or got disciplined by our parents, we would always, escape from ourselves and become, another person to kind of, nurse ourselves back to health from, the person that got in trouble. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I totally understand. I'm right there with you on that one.
I think we were more creative back then,
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
I think about these kids nowadays. Yeah. They like yesterday was Halloween. Everybody had to have a costume. I'm like, shoot, we would just go in there and paint our face or take an old sheet and cut it up and put 2 holes in it with ghosts. Our parents would spend a whole lot of money on those costume. You better find something in his house.
We used to get, I remember my daughter, she was 2 or 3 years old. Her mom would dress her up, get one of my mother's wigs or my grandmother's wigs and make her a costume. She'd be an old lady for Halloween, and she would, stuff socks in the boobs and a big pillow in the back to have, the bigger behind that some of the women had back in the day and whatnot. Mm-hmm. There's so many different things that people did back then that were, just creative. And it was, like I said, it was a great time. It was a great time.
So let's get back to the history of the music. So when you was, right, because we start talking about everything else, but that's what I love about this podcast, because it's just a general conversation and people can relate to this stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And then they don't know that you did it. It's like, wow, then it builds a common place.
Exactly. They feel like they know you. They know you a little more.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly.
People support people that they feel like they know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I am forever grateful for all of the love and support that I've gotten from friends and fans, all over the world. So I could not be more thankful and grateful for all of the love and support that I've received.
Do you plan? You said all over the world. Do you plan on going overseas and doing some stuff?
I will go anywhere that somebody wants me to come play.
Have you been overseas yet?
I've been not necessarily overseas. I've played in Jamaica. I've played in Cancun. Played in a couple different parts of Canada, Toronto and Ontario. But I'm looking forward to going over to London and France and the UK and Japan and whatnot. If I can, we're working on some things. And like I said, now that I'm out here in LA, things have come out of the woodwork. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I'm meeting new people. I'm networking with new people, promoters and booking agents and things like that. And like I said, my following is growing overseas. I've had a couple number one hits in the UK. So I'm in the process of, slowly but surely expanding my ripple, so to speak. If you throw a rock in the water and the ripple starts small and it gets bigger as time passes. So I'm looking forward to the possibilities of going overseas. And, if we ever get humans on Mars, I'll go to Mars and play. I don't care.
So, and also you said acting. So what is your plans in acting? Do you want to do TV? Do you want to do movies? What are you doing in the acting field?
I've actually done a little bit of both. I've done a lot of TV commercials. I've done 2 movies. I was in a movie with George Clooney, and I was in a movie with Jack Nicholson when I was in Omaha. And I've done a lot of commercials, Prilosec commercials. I've done some I did a Nebraska lottery commercial. Quite a bit of commercial work. Haven't done any TV series work yet. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm looking to expand on that as well. But once I got out here to LA, the music stuff started taking off to the point where I kind of had to put the acting stuff kind of on the back burner. So until I got the music where I wanted it to go, because that's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm. So you did all these commercials while you were still in Nebraska, or when you came out?
Yes, sir. I had two agents, 2 modeling and acting agencies in Nebraska, and I had one in Iowa. And it was just in that general area. I did a lot of work in Des Moines, but most of the work I did with a couple commercials I did in Kansas City. But it was around that regional area there where I did most of my acting. Just building up the resume. I did 3 commercials with Larry the Cable Guy when he was the Prilosec OTC spokesperson. I did 3 commercials with him. George Clooney was Up in the Air, which was filmed in Omaha, and About Schmid with Jack Nicholson that was shot in Lincoln, Nebraska.
So what made you start throwing your hat in the acting ring? Did you do plays and stuff like that when you were in school, and you always wanted to act also? Or just a natural progression?
Well, my dad kind of got me into it. My dad did some acting with one of the agencies that I had. And the agency at that time was looking for a father and son to play a specific role. I don't remember which role it was now, but he submitted my info to the agent, and they used us both. And it did so well. And my dad said, "Well, you know what? You did a great job on this. Why don't you pursue this, more often, or try to get into it a little bit further?" And I've always wanted to be in the entertainment field at, any way I could get in there. I knew I had a better chance of getting into it from the music side at that point. But then when I started doing more acting and got more and more jobs and things of that nature, I kind of realized, that was an option too. And, why limit yourself to just one door? If there's multiple doors you can open, open up every one of them and see where it takes you.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I did with the acting.
But do you have any siblings that are also musically inclined or looking to act and stuff?
No, sir. My 2 brothers. I'm the baby of 3 boys, and they're into sports. My brothers are 2 years apart, and I'm 5 years from the middle one. And they my mom growing up, she wanted us all to try something musically. So we had a clarinet that was kind of passed through the family. And, my two older brothers tried it. They didn't like it. They had rather gone into sports. And I guess my oldest brother, he kind of liked it, but he had to make a choice between sports or being on the football field and playing in the football, the band. Mm-hmm. And so he chose football over the clarinet, but it got passed down to me, and then I kind of took a hold of it and started working with it. Clarinet was actually the first instrument that I had learned to play. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the family hand-me-down, and my mom said, well, if you don't like it, then I'm just going to get rid of it and or find somebody else that wants it or whatnot. But I took a hold of it, and from there I picked up, went to saxophone, the tenor saxophone, and just started adding instruments, from there. But to answer your question, I'm the only one in my immediate family that has taken any interest in the music at all.
It's funny you said the clarinet, because I was speaking to another artist that was on the podcast, Faustina Dixon, and she was saying anybody that will want to play a sax, she said, I suggest that everybody starts with a clarinet.
Yes, definitely.
She said everybody should start with a clarinet and then move on to the sax or, the flute. She said, because the clarinet is so beautiful, the tone, she said, the fingering. I mean, once you get that down, you can do any of those.
Exactly. Yeah. And I played the clarinet for a long time until I started getting teased, and all the guys in my classes and whatnot in junior high and said that was a sissy instrument. And at that time, I really didn't grasp the beauty of the clarinet and the confidence to speak up on the clarinet. So that's when I switched to the tenor saxophone, which is the same key. So that you need to play a saxophone. Saxophone was more cool and whatnot. So I switched over to that. I still play the clarinet, but and I have the confidence now to actually make it sound good, to where people back then, they were calling it a sissy instrument or an instrument that wasn't cool. To kind of turn them around and say, wow, that instrument actually has some beautiful sound in it, and it's progressive.
So I'm glad you never put it down.
I wish I had it back then, the confidence to stand up for myself. But at that point, like I said, a low self-esteem and things like that, I said, well, let me switch to a different instrument that I can gain some attention on, that people won't ridicule me for playing. And still staying, still be able to stay in the music with it.
Hey, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason. So
yes, sir, very much so.
We all fall victim to that at one point or another, and shoot, that's part of growing up.
Hi, this is Melvin Lee Davis, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on BAAS Entertainment Podcast. Come on, get you some.
Do you have kids that,
I have two kids. My daughter is 36 and my son will be 23 next week. And he's getting ready to get married. His birthday is November 7th. His fiance's birthday is November 9th of the same year. So they're 2 days apart, and they're getting married on November 8th.
Why they pick that day of all days? I guess they say it's right between both of our birthdays, huh?
Well, I actually was the one that came up with that idea. Because like I said, they're 2 days apart, 2 days and I think an hour and a half. I think he was born at 7 and she was born at 8:30, like 2 days later. Both in this, in the morning. I said, well, why mess up the tradition by getting married on in July or, August or April or something. I said, why not get married on November 8th? Because it's right in the middle. It's 1 day in the middle, and she's the one for you. why not?
Mm-hmm.
So, and he said, you know what, Dad, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. And last year, November 8th, he actually proposed. So they've been engaged since November 8th of last year, and they're getting married November 8th of this year.
It's funny. My cousin's birthday is November 9th, and my parents' wedding anniversary was November 10th.
Oh, yeah. See how that? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's the irony of numbers, I call it.
Yeah, right.
My son's birthday is 11/7, November 7th, and my mom left us on July 11th, 7/11. And if you flip the numbers around, right, they match. But there's a lot of irony, especially in our family. My daughter is 20 years younger than me, and her first son, or my grandson, is 20 years younger than her. So, like I said, there's a lot of irony in numbers in our family, which is kind of interesting.
In case you didn't know, we've been yabbing. I've been talking to the incredible, the incomparable, Mr. Thumper Samuels. Yes.
Incredible. I don't know about all that, man. I'm just a musician trying to make a way. I try, my best. I try to be the best I can be, but incredible, I don't know. I'll let you carry that title. I don't think so.
But hey, if you play 12 instruments, that's incredible.
Well,
not everybody plays 12 instruments, do they?
No, sir.
Some people have a hard time playing the one that they playing.
Well, yeah. I'll let you have that one. I'm like I said, I'm just trying to do what I feel God had put me on this earth to do, and that's to inspire people, to help people, to guide people to the best of my knowledge on a path that I would like to see them follow to be prosperous and rewarding.
And all with a positive attitude. And that's going to be our next song. You like how I put that in there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it fit right in. You tagged that well.
Hey, everybody, we going to play Positive Attitude. This is off of 2019, The Midas Touch. So check this one out, yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. What is your process in writing a song?
It starts with an inspiration. And then it sometimes I'll create the music first. Sometimes I'll create the lyric first, just kind of whatever comes to mind. But like I said, inspiration is where it all starts. I'll see something or hear something either on TV that somebody's going through, or somebody themselves is going through. I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of text messages and phone calls and things like that about people having problems about different things. So I try to write, from the inspiration from that, I try to write something to help them, through that problem. And then after I write it and put it out and kind of explain the concept of it, you find out that other people kind of have that same problem. Mm-hmm. So I'll start out with music first sometimes. If it's a slow track, I'll start out with maybe a piano or guitar. If it's an up-tempo track, I'll start out with a bass line, or a drum beat or something like that. And then some of the music comes from me just practicing and jamming. I'll be playing and come up with a bass line, or just switch up to a bass line that that'll stick in my head, and I'll just record it. I'll lay it down and put it on a shelf, and they'll add something to it later. And, then later down the line, I'll find, do the same thing and on the piano or on the guitar, and this will go with that. So I'll pull the bass line of the drum beat out of the archive, load it up, and then just add to it. And then, at some point in time, it'll become structured to where, I can add some inspiration to it from somebody's either positive or negative experience, and, put a title on it, and then, put it out there for somebody to say, hey, I can relate to that. You helped me through a tough time, or a suicidal moment, or a battle with an illness, and your song helped pull me through that, and things of that nature. So it comes from so many different places. It's hard to describe, the inspiration, but like I said, sometimes it's decide I want to get out my bass and just play, and then all of a sudden I'll come up with something that I like, or I'll be playing and feeling the groove, and then record the whole thing, and then listen to the playback, so to speak, and then something came out of it that I didn't realize I played because I was just feeling the groove so much. Something came out of that jam session, if you will, and then stuck with it.
Have you submitted your music for other people to play, like to other artists, and maybe they pick it up and re-record it?
I've written back when I was in Omaha. I was producing. I've got 2 recording studios, by the way. One of them is out here in LA with me, and the other one is back in Omaha. And when I was in Omaha before I moved out here, I was producing music for other local and regional artists. And then once I got out here to LA, I started producing for some artists out here. And as a matter of fact, I just finished an album for the Sanctified Army Choir. They were putting together a funk gospel project, and the bishop reached out to me, and again, I don't know how he found me, but he probably on social media, which is where I put just about everything. I want you to do a project for me, and it took about a year, but I did 14 songs for them and produced all of the music, and they were in the process of writing the lyrics and going into the studio out. I think he's in Arizona now, Arizona or Nevada. But he's going to go to a studio there and then put the finishing touches on it. And he wants me to come out there and kind of oversee the vocal process as to they're writing the lyrics, but as far as the recording and the quality of the vocal process, they want me to kind of come out and oversee that as well. but I've submitted music for movie soundtracks, done some voiceover work for commercials and things like that. So I try to keep my hands in the music pot, so to speak, in any way that I can.
I see. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot, that's the best way to get your name and everything out there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, open as many doors as you can. And, I like networking. I like working with other people, as we talked about, earlier. I'll work with anybody, that wants to work. But you have to be serious. I don't, God puts us on earth for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And to waste that time, not only on people that don't want to work, or they say they want to work and they don't want to work, but like I said, you only get one chance at life, and you don't get you only get a certain amount of time, so you definitely don't want to waste that time if you're trying to get somewhere that you're trying to go.
Amen to that.
Yeah, yeah.
And what you got coming up next? I heard you said you got an album coming up.
I'm working on a couple different things. I'm working on one of the first projects of 2024 is a single called "It's Okay, I'm Here," and that is an attestment to kind of everybody that's struggling. Like I said, in way, shape, or form, any way, shape, or form, every way, shape, or form. Be it mental health, domestic abuse, and what I do is due to the overwhelming response from my documentary, Share the Influence, that's on YouTube. That was I just won an award back in September, and it's been submitted for Grammy consideration for Best Music Film. Based on the overwhelming response of that, this next song that I'm going to put out early 2024 is called "It's Okay, I'm Here." And like I said, that's kind of an attestament to, you don't have to go through this alone. I'm here to help. I'll give you or do for you, anything I can do to help. So I'm going to put that out, and I'm going to give it to everyone for free. So everybody they'll have to, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then send me their email, and then I'll send them that song for free, so that whenever they're going through a tough time or going through a struggle, or somebody that they know is going through a tough time or a struggle, they can play that song, and it'll help them. It'll help them through it. This first one isn't about money for me. It's about helping people, and like I said, helping people, thrive and survive through, tough times and tough situations.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
I've got another one that's slated for a little later, 2024. It's called "You Got to Get Up to Get Down," and it's kind of not a 70s, 70s, 80s slogan where you say, people out there were dancing, they were getting down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of an attestment to that, but in the phrase, but it's going to be like an up-tempo funk tune. You got to get up to get down.
With a name like that, it's got to be funky.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then like I said, whenever I was, doing my performances, there were, people that were, always sitting down, they were bobbing their heads, clapping their hands and whatnot. But I always used to throw out the catchphrase during my performances, you got to get up to get down. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to incorporate that as a title into my next track.
Was it James Brown that said that in one of his songs?
Yeah.
I think it was James, wasn't it?
So, I believe so. I believe it was. Yeah. 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 So, it was, James. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love your idea about putting the song out there to help people.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a couple other ones. I have one that's out now. called Hope, which stands for Heal Our Planet Earth.
That's what I was going to play next.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So go ahead. Talk it up.
That one, excuse me, that one came during the midst of the pandemic. And that one came out. I put that out just to initially help, the doctors and the nurses and everybody that came to the front lines of the pandemic. Because like I said, when it first started, people were dropping like flies and they were risking their lives to help other people, checking on them and making sure they had supplies, making sure they were okay. And they were risking their lives to, especially the doctors and the nurses, because everybody was going to the hospital, and the doctors and nurses were exposing themselves to this disease, and they had no idea what they were dealing with, what they were up against, and whether it would take their life or not.
Right.
And so I wrote that one as a dedication to them. But then I started seeing, shortly after that, common everyday people were doing the same things, in different ways to make sure that their neighbors and friends and family were okay when they had no idea what the outcome of this disease was doing. Mm-hmm. So I quickly expanded the dedication to everybody, and shortly after that, its sister song was called Magic, and that's kind of a. It was released. It was a number one hit too. Right after Hope was a number one release, but it was kind of an attestation to the experience, or witnessing the experience. It was a magical experience to see how everybody was coming to the aid of everybody else. And like I said, it was just magical, so I just called it Magic. And so those were two number one hits back to back, right through the era of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic.
You know what? Let's play Hope, Heal Our Planet Earth. And
okay.
In case you all didn't hear it, haven't heard this before. Once again, this is called Hope, Heal Our Planet Earth. That song is definitely a song that would bring on some healing.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said that song is definitely a song that bring on some healing. It just takes you to a mellow space.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was another one that it kind of went beyond the scope of just the pandemic, but it was another one that people reached out to me and said, my dad passed, or my mom passed, or I went through a tough situation and that song kind of helped me out of it. You know, and with the wars going on and all of the negative, chaotic behavior of some people, you know, with these mass shootings and with, you know, everything going on, it kind of expanded, like I said, beyond the pandemic. And, you know, it drove people to focus more on mental health and drug addiction and people to lend a helping hand, you know, a little bit more often than they would have. Which was so touching to me. I mean, it had me in tears, you know, hearing some of the emails and text messages and stuff I got from people that were impacted by this song.
See, that's what makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it? When you do stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, by a long shot. Yeah, that's and like I said, that's part of the inspiration and motivation to, you know, keep me going, keep me doing this. You know, not only for the listening, you know, people listen and, you know, great song, I love the song, this and the other, but when they start to tell me how it impacted them, you know, in the shape or form that it did, that's more so touching than them just saying great song, I love the song. I appreciate that too, but it's, you know, how it helped is the part that, you know, it's more detailed and it just that's just like the icing on the cake, so to speak. Okay, I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah, and that's got to be the inspiration behind it, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
and that's kind of the inspiration behind the next one that I've got slated for early 2024 called "It's Okay, I'm Here," and it's that's, you know, an attestation to again the same thing, and it's so touching and inspirational that it just, like I said, it just keeps pushing me to keep going.
Hey, keep going, brother, because
people are all. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say keep going because you helping people out.
Well, because people are always going to have problems, no matter. I mean, that's a part of life. You know, back in the early days, they had problems, and today they're having problems. Tomorrow they'll have problems. So, as long as I can keep writing and inspiring people to, hey, you know, say, hey, you know, this is a problem. Let's look for a solution. You know, add the solution to the problem, fix the problem, and move on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you know, like I said, if I can be the key to somebody's problem-solving lock, then I will be the key maker, the replacement key, and every other kind of key I can come up with.
Yeah. But that's the same thing.
What I do.
That's what, you know, started this whole podcast. It was a lot of ways, like it was during the pandemic. And I said, you know what? I mean, so many things bringing us down. Maybe I can call some artists that I know and maybe we can just talk on the phone or let's do a podcast together and put it out there. Maybe it'll bring some people up a little bit, bring me up, you know, lift some spirits. So, that's
like
how
I said, any way I can help, you know, anybody out there, I don't care who you are or what you stand for or whatever, everybody has problems. And if I can, like I said, if I can be the key to unlock your problem, then, you know, so be it. I don't have a problem with that at all. We are all human beings. We need to love each other and work with each other instead of turning on each other and treating each other with, you know, the cruelty and disgrace that unfortunately some people do.
Well, tell the people where they can get in contact with you on social media and your website again. Give them all that information. So
sure. The website is thumpinhard.com, thumpinhard.com, thumpinhard. I'm on social media. You can join my YouTube channel at Thumper and Generation 1. I'm on Facebook as Craig Samuels. I have a couple pages of friends who like Craig Thumper Samuels. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, all under Thumper Samuels. Or if you just Google it, you'll find me and you can connect with me. My email address is united, UNITED, the number 4, word love, LOVE, at cox.net, COX.net. Reach out to me via email or social media. Like I said, I'm on all the platforms. Reach out to me. And if there's anything I can do to help, anybody through any situation, good or bad, just let me know. And I'm here to help.
All right. How many people are going to give out their email address? That's what I'm talking about.
I don't mind that at all. Like I said, if I want people to, heck, if you give it to one company to buy something, they turn around and sell it anyway.
True.
So, I just will give it to somebody who can benefit from it in a personal, mental, physical, or emotional way to help them, like I said, come out of a situation or, help them through a tough time. I don't mind that at all.
Let's see. That's where your blessings are going to flow.
Well,
you're giving, and you definitely got to. You're definitely going to receive. You're definitely going to get it back.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hope so. I don't ask for it, but if it's given to me, I will most definitely take it. I would rather give than receive. But if people want to, pass the word, spread the word, if they, hear some of my music, or if they see my documentary on YouTube, because that tells a lot about me as well. I don't know if I sent you the link.
No, I saw it
for it or not.
No, I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me a lot because there's a lot in it of my personal life. That I bet in some way, shape, or form other people can relate to. Because I know Christian, he loved it, and he said, "Man, we have so much in common," and I didn't even know. With not only with the kiss thing, but there were some other things in it that he grasped onto, and I think he's seen it. He told me the other day he's seen it like 7 times now. So. I think it's hit almost 25 or 30,000 views since April of this year is when it was released.
I just want to say it's been great talking to you.
Oh man, yeah. The honor is mine, my friend. The honor is totally mine.
I'm glad you came on today. I can go on forever, but I think we better get moving.
Hey, don't hesitate to reach back out. No. Do a second one or whatever.
Yeah, let me know.
You got my number. Anything I can do to help you,
okay.
Let me know.
All right, and let me know when that single is going to come out.
Oh yeah. I got it slated for January 2024. The artwork is done, and I'm getting ready to start promo on it. I got a friend of mine in Vegas that's working on a residency for me up there. And then I'm trying to get my band back in the rehearsal studio so we can get ready for some of these jazz festivals and things like that for 2024.
Right.
But yeah, I will definitely let you know. I'll keep you in the loop. I got your number, and I will definitely keep you in the loop as to my progress and everything else that's going on my way.
Please, and I can't wait to hear what you and Christian come up with.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that too. Like I said, we've been talking about it quite a bit, and we've been trying to figure out how to reach out to Gene Simmons.
Okay.
And because all 3 of us play bass.
Okay.
And I believe right now the structure is that all 3 of us are going to be playing bass or he and I, just playing bass in different parts. But we're trying to find a way to reach out to Gene Simmons and then possibly do a video of all 3 of us playing this track.
Oh, see, now that would be fire.
So, yeah, see, so that's kind of what we're working on now. And so we're, like I said, we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's and making sure that, and if we push it through a nonprofit, which I don't know how we would do with that particular title. But we want to work out a way to where we can get as much exposure out of it as we can. Of course, we got to get permission from, because we were planning on using part of that track, part of Detroit Rock City, in the Detroit Funk City version.
Okay.
And da 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 da. So we're planning on trying to find a way to incorporate that section into Detroit Funk City. And then we got to talk about the legal ramifications of using it and get Gene's permission, and so on and so forth. And like I said, we want to include him in it. And if we do a video for it, that would be phenomenal.
That would.
So,
hey, well, you putting it, you speaking it into existence.
Yeah,
God
willing,
it's going to happen.
I'm hoping so. We're planning on it.
Yeah,
like I said, we're already. Christian is talking. He was working with another artist that he knows to lay down the foundation, and then he and I, and if we can get Gene in on it to go over and improvise over the top of it, that would be great.
Oh yeah, it would. Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Yeah. So I can't. I mean, I've got tons of ideas for it. So I'm waiting to see what Christian and his partner bring to the table, and then lay my blessing on it, and then pass it on to Gene. So I look forward to that. That's going to be a big thing for 2024 for me.
Yeah, it sounds like it. In case y'all didn't know,
did I mention my? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You was going to mention something.
I was going to say I don't know if I mentioned my nonprofit organizations.
Oh no. Go ahead.
No, I've got two of those. One of them is called JADA, which stands for Jazz Against Domestic Abuse. And the concept of that is wherever I go, go to a city, I'll play one concert, and then donate those funds to domestic abuse awareness, domestic abuse education, and to help domestic abuse victims to get out of domestic abuse situations, and then put that money into shelters and other things like that to help them get out of those situations. And I don't know if you know Paula Atherton or not.
I don't know her personally, but I know that she's a jazz musician. I know her. I know her music.
Right.
Yes.
She reached out to me the other day and wanted to know. She sent me her information and said whenever I was playing my next concert for Jada, to let her know, and she wants to be a part of that. And so I'm looking forward to that for 2024 as well.
All right.
And then the other one is called Our Stars of Tomorrow, which is based on the concept of I write one song every year, and the proceeds from that go towards a college scholarship funds for low income kids that don't have the money to go to college, and aren't eligible for any other types of scholarships. So those are just two of the nonprofits that I'm in the process of building to, like I said, just to reach out and help people in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Well, you got it, man. You got so much stuff going on.
Thank you for letting me plug that in.
Oh no, that's what we're here for. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
But yeah, that's kind of the kind of, like I said, some of the things that are in my heart and in my head that I would like to do to, like I said, to help out as many people as I can in as many ways possible.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, share the love.
Oh, yeah. Because like I said, God gave me this gift and he put me on this earth to share it. And that's what, I continue to do and intend on doing, until I can't do it anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for spending this time with me.
The honor is mine. I totally appreciate it.
I want to thank all the listeners for coming out, checking us out. I want to tell you to check me out on social media, on Instagram. I'm troy.saunders. On Facebook, I'm Troy Saunders. And also I have the BAAS Entertainment page on Facebook. We also have Instagram, BAAS Entertainment. And just go to the website. You can catch everything there, www.baasentertainment.com. And that's BAAS, not bass, but BAAS, or BAAS.
Make sure you send me those links too, so I can continue to plug you as well.
Oh, definitely. And I also want to, I want to tell you, if you go to www.baasentertainment.com, you can also get a t-shirt or a hoodie, as you see. Well, y'all can't see it, but Mr. Thumper can see it. I have a BAAS Entertainment hoodie on now. And you can get one of those there. If you want to see it, just go to www.baasentertainment.com/shop. And we have candles there also. So, yeah, come on out.
Are they scented candles?
Yeah, scented.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't. Okay. I'm definitely, because a lot of times, not to keep dragging this out, but a lot of times when I do my recording and build my concepts and stuff, I'll light a scented candle and just inhale the aroma to kind of set me in the mood for, whichever kind of a piece of work that I'm working on.
Well, this
so
one is
I'm definitely going to reach out, grab some candles off the website. So,
well, this one is it's a citrus type, kind of a citrusy clove type smell. And
okay,
if you buy a t-shirt, you get a candle for $15. I'm doing a half price on the candle.
Oh, cool. Okay. Definitely. Yeah. Count me in. I'll be doing that this week.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. And like I said, make sure I get those links, and I will definitely continue to promote you as well. And I can't thank you enough for allowing me to join your platform and to share me with everybody else.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
And thank the fans for listening too. I neglected to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me rant. So
no, that's what we do. That's how they get to know you, boy. You know?
Yeah. I totally appreciate that.
It is totally my pleasure. This is how I get my blessings, by talking to everybody and also sending out the love to other people, so everybody can get to know the artist. So
right, yeah, and like I said, it's totally appreciated, and I speak for every artist that you talk to in that regard, because we all thank you and people like you so very much for allowing us to get the exposure and letting people know us and meet us through your platform.
Like I said, it is totally my pleasure. This is what gives me life, that keeps me motivated, and hearing you all's story. And I come up with new ideas every day by, having these conversations.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like I said, with the messages and the inspirations and the stories of others allow me to do the same thing. So I totally agree with it. Right there with you on that one.
Yeah. So we're going to end this podcast episode with magic. We're going to end it with that one. Sounds good?
I appreciate that. Definitely. Yes, sir. Very much so.
Yeah. So once again, y'all, let's continue to love one another. Let's share positive thoughts, give out positive energy, and like I said, share love, share the music also. Let's support independent artists, and let's support it by downloading, and if you can, purchase any music that that you love, because like we've been saying on this platform, and it's been getting out to the masses, that streaming is not really supporting the artist. If you love hearing good music and if you love that artist, you want them to continue to make good music, you support them. You know, just like you did back in the day, you went out and bought the album, you bought the CD, you bought the cassette, you bought the 45, you know, you did those things. So sometimes it takes a little, you know, spending a little cash to get your artists to continue to do what they do, especially in this independent game. So let's keep this going and let it be like magic, the money that flows.
There you go. Nice plug. I like that.
Good night, everybody, or good afternoon, or whatever time of day you're listening. This is magic. Peace.
Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yazira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, this is Shireen Crutchfield.
And this is Ricky Jones.
And we are Crutchfield Jones.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Hughes the Fourth.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's checking? This is Noel Gordine, and you're listening to my man, Troy Saunders, on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, baby.